LLB, Lesson 6. Negation and Variation. How meaning bends without breaking flow. What this lesson does. Lesson 5 attached French as a renderer. Lesson 6 introduces the first sign of real fluency. Greater than the ability to vary meaning without stopping. This lesson teaches two things only. 1. Negation, saying something is not the case. 2. Variation, changing one block while everything else stays stable. This is where speech stops feeling brittle. The core claim, very important: fluency is not accuracy. Fluency is the ability to vary meaning smoothly. If you can negate, adjust, and pivot, you are already speaking a language. Why negation comes early? Negation is fundamental to human communication. Children learn no extremely early because it expresses agency, it sets boundaries, it clarifies meaning, it corrects assumptions. A language without negation is unusable. LLB introduces it before precision. Negation is a meaning change first. Before we talk about French sound, notice this. Negation is not a grammar operation. It is a meaning operation. Meaning. Want, do not want. The event changes. Everything else can remain the same. The French negation shape, minimal French renders negation by wrapping the event. You will often see me plus event plus pas. Do not memorize this as a rule. See it as a shape. The event is surrounded. First negated render, simple start with a known meaning. Agent, I event, want. Rendered. Je veux. Now negate the event. Rendered. Je n'y veux pas. That's it. No explanation. No table. No conjugation lesson. Just a shape. Adding back the patient. Meaning. Agent, I event, want, negated, patient, coffee. Rendered. Je n'y veux pas café. Is this perfect French? No. Is it functional? Yes. Is flow intact? Yes. Why we accept this form? At this stage, correctness is less important than speed, confidence, pattern, stability, meaning, clarity. Articles and refinements will snap into place later. Right now, we protect flow. Negation as a slot, not a rule. Think of negation as a switch on the event, not a sentence-level rule, not something you apply. You don't negate sentences. You negate events. This keeps the system simple. Variation, the real engine of fluency. Now the most important part of this lesson. Fluency comes from varying one block at a time. This is how the brain proceduralizes patterns. Variation example, watch closely, base meaning. Je veux café. Now vary one thing only. Vary the patient. Je veux eau, je veux thé. Vary the frame. Je veux café maintenant, je veux café demain. Vary the agent. Tu veux café, il veut café. Vary the event polarity. Je n'y veux pas café. Each variation strengthens the same underlying pattern. Why this works neurologically. The brain learns fastest when most of the pattern is stable, one element changes, the change is meaningful, repetition is high. This is how babies learn. This is how musicians practice. This is how athletes train. LLB is doing deliberate variation. What you must not do during variation. Do not stop to analyze, correct yourself midstream, check rules, ask, is this right? Restart the sentence. Finish the thought. Let it land. Move on. Flow beats precision. Negation plus variation together, power combo, now combine them. Base. Je veux café. Negated. Je n'y veux pas café. Frame added. Je n'y veux pas café maintenant. Agent change. Il n'y veut pas café maintenant. You are now expressing nuanced meaning. This is real language use. Why this is already speaking. You might think greater than, but this feels too simple. Simple does not mean weak. With just this, you can accept, refuse, explain, timing, correct assumptions, respond naturally. That is conversational power. The psychological shift, notice this at this point, learners often feel. Less fear, more momentum, reduced self-monitoring, curiosity instead of anxiety. That is the system working. You are no longer performing. You are operating. Accuracy will come automatically. As flow strengthens, articles appear naturally, verb shapes stabilize, native patterns pull you in, errors self-correct. This happens without force. Do not rush it. The only rule for Lesson 6. Here it is. Greater than never freeze meaning to fix form. If meaning keeps moving, form will follow. If meaning stops, everything collapses. What Lesson 6 has installed, if it worked, if this lesson landed, you now can negate smoothly, can vary meaning effortlessly, stop fearing mistakes, feel language bending, not breaking, experience early fluency signals. This is the first moment many learners realize. Greater than I can actually do this. Completion criteria. You are done with Lesson 6 when negation feels natural, variation feels playful, you stop repeating the same sentence rigidly, you trust movement over correctness, French begins to feel flexible. If you feel momentum, that's correct. Momentum is the goal. What comes next? Lesson 7 introduces frames as first-class power tools. This is where expression expands rapidly without adding much vocabulary. You are now fully inside the system. End of Lesson 6, Flow unlocked. Expansion begins next.